India produces 1.5 million engineering graduates every year, the world's largest engineering pipeline. But here's the number nobody puts in the headline. Only 1 in 10 works as an engineer. According to TeamLease, only around 1 in 10 engineering graduates actually ends up in a core engineering role. The rest? Absorbed into adjacent work, jobs far below their training, or a long wait. This isn't a talent shortage. It is a crisis of alignment. And there's a simple reason for it. A pipeline is an input, not an outcome. Vishwa Mohan, former engineer at Amazon, LinkedIn, and Oracle, put it bluntly on a recent podcast. Engineering degrees are built around generalization. Students graduate broad but under-specialized. Data science and machine learning curricula? Several years out of date. And the people teaching it are often researchers who have rarely written production code themselves. India's largest IT companies run some of the world's biggest internal training programs, spending months retraining fresh graduates before they're actually useful. That is the employer tax on a broken conversion layer. Sound familiar? Last week we talked about India's assembly trap in smartphones, $58.6 billion in high-tech exports, but the chips come from Taiwan, the IP from California. India assembled the phone. This week it's the same argument about people. India produces the graduate. The economy doesn't fully deploy the engineer. In both cases, the volume is real. The conversion layer is thin. But this is buildable. Upgrad's School of Technology is one example, partnering with universities to deliver accredited degrees the way industry actually works. Practitioners teaching alongside academics, assessed on working code, not exam marks. Malaysia did this decades ago around its Penang Electronics cluster. Employers shaped the curricula, apprenticeships, and assessments. The design principle is right. The absorption layer between education and employment has to be deliberately engineered, not assumed into existence. The problem right now? These models reach a fraction of the 1.5 million entering the system each year. Vishwa Mohan calls India's advantage a venture capital of people. But venture capital only produces a return when it is deployed into something that compounds. A pipeline of 1.5 million engineers is the raw endowment. Whether it compounds depends entirely on the institutions built between the lecture hall and the job. Is India converting its demographic dividend or just counting it? If this made you think, Dr. Christopher Voss breaks down exactly these kinds of questions every Thursday in the Missing Middle IQ, Global Policy Decoded for people who make real decisions. Subscribe free, link in the description.